Tonight is all about New Year resolutions and expectations as we bring you our very first edition of News at 8 from the Joynews studios, as always from our studios in the Fano Far Street here in Kokomlemle. My name is Stephen Enti, and tonight people of Badu in the Brong Ahafo region live in fear following the gruesome murder of a police officer at the police station there. And Christians across the country embrace the new year with watch night services. We'll bring you excerpts from Accra and other parts of the country. Also in Kumasi, food vendors boycott church service but say their work is also unto God. And in the bulletin, we'll bring you a special report of the sad story of a 13-year-old who has become bedridden after a fall. And the people of Amanfrom and Wangara cannot observe the first day of the year 2014 without their favorite fufu and chicken soup. We have all these, plus many more stories coming up in the next hour. Stay tuned. The details now. Fear has gripped the people of Badu in the Tyne district of Brong Ahafo region following the gruesome murder of Chief Inspector Yakubu of the Badu police station. The murderer, who has been identified as Kofi Fofie, was also gunned down by a policeman who went to the scene after hearing loud shouts from his colleague.
According to eyewitness accounts, the late 59-year-old chief inspector was relaxing in front of the Bedu police station when the murderer came ostensibly to lodge a complaint. The alleged murderer suddenly drew out a machete to slash the chief inspector. Loud shouts from the scene drew the attention of one of the junior policemen who came out from his room and saw his station officer in a pool of blood. Sensing danger, the murderer made an attempt at the police constable but was immediately shot. The assembly member for Lawage electoral area, where the police station is situated, George Donko, was called to assist in conveying the two lifeless bodies to the Wenchi Methodist Hospital.
758. And I and TSA Yajucha one Inspector Yakubu are over your station also. But the police station, Yajucha no two, a Sikai. Enti Ebasano, one constable Jeff, and so who say, what you trying to know, I'm saying, Uncle de Banaso. On also bomb modern echo tree to a day, a kumsa, the Pobedin sign in Pransem. Enti and Namsasum yet a monum union Akogu and Chi Ayasabia. I say, Badu Crudia no Maya Basabasa. By a police for Bebra Begu Hadie. Nanso Nina Chino, the Epesa catch a bind say, as I say, police station no yentine, 10 Biana, near young Crofua, police before some Momra, as I say, Nibia, on Betentino, Yana Yedi. And until your Begina Saquan, so Astra Bands or more modern Biase. Or bet to me, Wabesi police Danubu, I said, Baya, Ebema police phone Bebra Betinamo. Now, Yanso say, never be because of Sana, Yansu young Crofua, the Aboy.
In an interview with Joynews, the eldest child of the deceased chief inspector said the family is in a state of shock by the incident because their late father was at peace with everyone. Some natives of Bedu also expressed their fear and surprise at the gruesome murder.
And then we people are surprised over here. We wasn't expecting such program like this. Yeah, and then the man too was good. He wasn't having any problem with anyone. Well, as an inspector, and then they were them two over here, and then the main one went on retirement, and this guy have then taken over. So he wasn't having any problem with anyone. He's a cool guy, and then people are surprised that such issue happening in town.
The Brong Ahafo Regional Police Commander, ACP Patrick Eduse Sapon, who was at Bedu to console the bereaved family, gave the assurance the police are firmly on the ground to avert any such occurrences. The late chief inspector was survived by 7 children and 49-year-old widow who appeared helpless when a news team got to Bedu. Joynews gathered the late police officer until his untimely demise had about 4 months to retire from active service. Meanwhile, police in Wenchi say they have identified the attacker as 40-year-old Kofi Fofie, but are yet to establish the motive for the act. The police officer who shot Fofie has, however, been removed from the area to prevent attacks on him. The 2 dead bodies have been deposited at the Wenchi Methodist Hospital for autopsy and investigation. Nestor Kafuajume's report.
And Ghanaians, especially the youth, have been charged to change their attitudes if they are to excel in 2014. They were asked to limit their expectations from other people and rather strive to achieve set targets and goals. According to clergy from various churches during watch night services, this change will aid the growth of Ghana's economy.
At the St. Barnabas Anglican Church at Osu, church members, including the parish priest, were optimistic of the fortunes of the nation in 2014. Parish priest Venerable Seth Jonathan Anansaki said there needs to be a spiritual paradigm shift in the nation.
We need people to know God. We need our government to know God. We need our parliamentarians to know God. We need our judges and everybody to know God better in 2014. So that the country will advance from where it is now. We hope we will enjoy more peace in this our country because God is with us.
The district pastor of the Presbyterian Church at Teshin, Reverend Victor Abbey, also called for attitudinal change to unlock the fortunes of 2014.
If we don't change our attitude, things are going to be worse. We should not settle for the little things in life. We should move forward, change our attitude, and live the best of lives for Christ so that our lives, our attitude will affect the generality of our population, and in that case, we will move forward.
Very Reverend Father John Minta Mensah of the St. Teresa Roman Catholic Church at North Kanishin said, high expectations of other people by Ghanaians is the root of misery for many people.
Expect less from people. Frustrations that we go through in life are as a result of high expectations. We expect so much from our president, we expect so much from our leaders as if they are superhuman. But the most important thing, instead of expecting more from people, you should rather expect less and give out the best that we can give rather than blaming each other because of high standards that we have set for people.
2014 was welcomed amidst intense prayer and jubilation with the hope that this new year will see Ghana move forward in the positive direction. Emmanuel Ante, reporting for Joynews in Accra.
And immediately after the crossover night services to 2014, many congregants trooped to town to start the New Year celebrations. In earnest, our reporter Redwan Karim Osman pitched camp before and after the crossover at some busy streets here in Accra.
In the last minutes of 2013, vigorous intercession prayers were pronounced at churches the news team visited. As usual, when it was exactly 12 midnight, 2014 fireworks and songs of praise erupted. The jubilation was wild. It is exactly 2:30 a.m. The 31st watch night service is over and the new year has been ushered in. And right from church, a huge number of congregants are already thronging to various popular joints here on the Osu Oxford Street. Here, it was as if the congregants of various churches had converged for part 2 of the 2014 welcome party. Tell me about it. You are chilling already?
Yeah, I'm having fun. I went to visit my friends and she was like, we should go to crossover at the stadium. But then when we got there, we were late, already late. The sermon has already started. I just took the theme for the year, order, my year of order. So I really love that theme because it will really help me, because in my past years, I had so many problems. So I believe this year, I'm going to have so many things in mind. I'm not going to live here now. No. So mommy calls.
It's a new thing, like you express 2014. It's something that probably you just like, are you the only one on this planet? And God just preserved your life and you're just saying this here. So it's a good thing. So just like chilling out with my friends and just like, all right. Actually, I'm all the way from Nigeria. I just came down here December period, just spent some time in Ghana for the first time. Yeah, I actually did. Yeah. Okay, the pastor was actually like you making a resolution with God, and then you tell God what you want to do, what you want him to do for you, and what you want to do for God. So that probably you have a very, very splendid 2014.
You are having fun. Is that your own way of welcoming 2014?
Actually, it's my birthday, so I have fun with the new year and celebrate my birthday as well.
And so, were you able to attend church service?
Yeah, I went to church before coming here.
Okay. So from here, do you have another thing you want to do to mark your day?
Oh, okay. It's my birthday, so I have to rest, then have a party done to celebrate my birthday and the new year as well.
No, the nature of my job, I couldn't attend church this evening. I'm a fashion designer, so I was a little busy. I just closed from the shop and I said, let me have fun. You know, have a bottle of Guinness and go and relax. Yeah, that's what we always do, because God listens to everybody's prayer. No matter, it doesn't mean when you pray in 31st alone that God will listen to you. God can listen to you even tomorrow morning when you pray. So it's a normal thing. And today people go to church because it is 31st. They are afraid Jesus will come. So they just go to church and pray and do a lot of things. But I believe if you talk to God anytime, he will listen.
This kebab seller was seen cashing in on the throng of revelers. He told the news team he is upbeat about making good sales. Kebab business going?
They go on small. They go on small.
And so how much do you expect to make by the close of the day?
They go there, I want to take like 100 Ghana.
100 Ghana?
Yeah. But by all means, I don't say 100 Ghana, I just talk. Better go pass.
Even these beggars were not left out of the New Year dawn celebration. Ridwan Karim Dini Osman, also Oxford Street, Accra.
And in Ashanti regional capital, Kumasi, thousands of Christians trooped to church to thank God and welcome 2014. Some residents who spoke to Joynews say they want a better 2014.
At the Breakthrough Prayer Chapel International, Zone 6, church members, including the head pastor, were optimistic that 2014 could be a year of multiplications if citizens strive to overcome their odds. A pastor of the church, Lady Reverend Patient Otu, said, though the year has been declared to be a tough one, God can turn things around.
We are expecting that 2014, as our senior pastor, Reverend Prophet Alex Owusu said, it's a year of multiplication for our church. So we are expecting that every individual in the church should multiply in every area, on every side. Multiply in their businesses, in their marriages. They should marry, they should have children. And whatever they do, the glory of God has descended. And the youth, they are our targets. In fact, they are the one that we focus on mostly. Because when they grow in the fear and knowledge of the Lord Jesus Christ, then the whole nation, the church of God, and everything is successful.
Apostle Samuel Jemfi, General Overseer of the Bethel Prayer Ministry, advised the youth to work hard to make wealth in the new year.
We should work hard and we should be sincere and also trust God in all our endeavors. The fact that we have leadership managing the country doesn't mean they are the only responsible people to help us achieve our goals. Everybody or every hand should be on deck. We should have a collective vision, and probably policymakers should give us a national agenda. So we all pray towards it and work towards it for the betterment of everybody in Ghana.
2014 was welcomed amidst intense prayer and jubilation, with the hope that the new year will be a year of multiplication. Meanwhile, some residents in Accra shared their New Year resolution with us.
We have crossed over to 2014, And we believe, God, that we will be strengthened as a church. The church is moving forward, and may the hand of the Lord be upon us as a church to be more united. We want unity to build the kingdom of God. It's our prayer that the hand of the Lord will be upon our Papa, and he will give me more insight to direct the church. This is my vision for the year 2014.
Well, my resolution for this year is that I'll be at the best pediatrician, and also I'll help children like I always do.
And in the Brohafu region, a reverend minister has asked Christians to disabuse their minds that witches are the causes of their predicaments. The regional secretary of the Assemblies of God Church, the Reverend Joseph Mensah, gave this admonition to usher in the year 2014 at Wenchi and said it takes hard work to become successful in life.
Many believers thronged the various churches in Wenchi and Techiman to thank God for seeing them through 2013. While some members sang praises and danced to the glory of God, others solemnly prayed for forgiveness of all the iniquities they committed during 2013. The Reverend Joseph Mensah was of the view that if Christians are more committed to obeying God's commandments, witches can never be their problem. He also advised their members to get serious with their professions and stop concentrating on who or what is the cause of displeasure in their lives. The Wenchi District Minister of the Presbyterian Church, the Reverend Setowusu Jamina, said if 2014 would be a year of success, public servants must eschew unfaithfulness and laziness at work. He further called on Christians who form the larger part of society to help reduce corruption. Our cameras also captured members of the Wenchi Baptist Church worshipping and praising God for his protection. A report from Nestor Kafui Ajoma.
And in the Upper East region, the regional minister Alhaji Limuna Mohammed Miniru has said that despite the difficulties that characterized the year 2013, government was able to lay a good foundation to improve the lives of the people in the region in various sectors of the economy. The minister was speaking to Joynews at his office at the Upper East Regional Coordinating Council. And Ghanaians have every cause to celebrate the fact that they've lived to see the new year with a lot of faith and aspirations. Residents of Wangara and Amanfrom, both communities in the Nsawam in the eastern region, are hopeful 2014 will be a better year. Matilda Wemega visited these communities and has filed this report.
Many people see the old year out with parties, welcoming the new year with toasts of champagne and exchanging good wishes for a happy new year. But for residents of Wangara and Amanfrom, it is not all about having big parties, but a time to unite with other family members. Every home we visited seemed to be busily doing their chores and preparing meals. Most of them prefer to go with fufu with chicken soup. But Nana Kojo says he will be having yam with palava sauce for the new year. Aging Nana Ankama, who could not even remember her age, and the year which is being celebrated, says long life and strength is all she hopes for. This family could not hide their joy when the news team caught up with them. They were seen busily cooking and making plans for the day. Although there is no money for Becky and her family to celebrate the new year, the joy of having a beautiful baby girl a fortnight ago is more than enough. Other town folks like Yao Kwache and America were taking it cool under the tree, reflecting on their plans ahead.
Bia Aunto, Yeshe, Nakasakasa via Emma. I war and Ghana, Minium, or Indy, Niawa, or no Bianche, Niba, and Nibani Yesu.
For other families, it was a time for reunion to meet up with other kinsmen who have been away for so long. So it's all about merrymaking, feasting, and spending much time with the family.
My name is Stephen Anti, and you're watching the very first edition of Joynews at 8 here in our studios in Kokomlemle, Accra. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back to other stories. Students in 5 communities that constitute Nakolo, a suburb of Paga in the Kasina-Nankana West District of the Upper East region, have taken it upon themselves to organize extra classes for junior high school pupils during holidays. The sacrifice is to help reduce the rate of failures by children in the community at the basic education certificate examinations level. At a maiden students' homecoming durbar involving chiefs and people of the area, funds were mobilized in support of the construction of a modern library and ICT facility to help raise the standards of education, basic education in the community. Albert Sori has more.
The lack of educational amenities in Paga Nakolo, a deprived community in the Kasina-Nankana West District of the Upper East region, is attributed to the falling standards of education. This has led to appalling performances by students in Nakolo in their basic education certificate examination over the years. In order to reverse the trend, the president of the Nakolo Students' Union, Anthony Adatukaba, at the maiden student homecoming durbar, called for the support of government, non-governmental organizations and individuals in the community to construct a modern library and ICT facility in the area.
At large, Mr. Chairman, it is pleasant to hear that the youth of Nakoro and its environs have burning passions for education, but unfortunately, the absence of certain educational amenities have made this dream remains a mirage. It is therefore not surprising that the members of the association have taken it upon themselves to always organize extra classes anytime students are on holidays, despite the unavailability of certain teaching and learning materials.
In response, the Member of Parliament for the Chana Paga constituency, Abuga Pele, pledged to donate 5 computers to complement the efforts of the Nakolo Students' Union to help improve quality of education in the area, especially in the area of ICT.
The district director said efforts are being made to give us some amount of independence in terms of examination center. So when we eventually achieve that, then satellite centers can be established like this area. Well, we have so many schools, and to expect that all the children during examination time will have to trek all the way to Navuma and other nearby centers to write exams is not the best. So it's a laudable call, and I hope that in the subsequent years, working with the district director and education authorities, we should be able to get to give us our own center.
And the Yendi Municipal Assembly is stepping up efforts to reduce open defecation and improve sanitation in the municipality. Open defecation is widespread in the municipality because there is not enough access to public toilets.
Heaps of garbage have also been left unattended at the few public toilets in the municipality close to the houses of some residents in the area. Children use the refuse dump sites in the public toilets as a playground, regardless of the health risk posed to their lives. To remedy the situation, the Municipal Assembly has begun clearing dump sites in the communities which have been left unattended. 5 new public toilets have also been constructed to replace dilapidated ones in the areas of need. To increase access, some residents explained how they endured the stench emanating from the heaps of garbage before they were cleared.
Whenever it rains, water cannot move freely. It was choked out, and the whole surrounding was muddy. So as of now, we are very, very relieved. For over a decade, several years, We've been appealing to the district assembly, the past regimes, and nothing has been heard. So today, the whole community, they are most grateful.
And his team for the work done so far. In fact, hither to this, our situation was unbearable, but for now, I think we have been relieved. In fact, typhoid was just engulfed within this community, malaria and others. So in fact, for now, I think it will now be resolved. So we are most grateful to the MC and his team. However, we are appealing for a building of a new toilet and with a wall surrounding it.
We are very, very happy for that, because the first time when the refugee dam was here, it was so bad for the community in this area, so I started Letra area. But now that it's evacuated, the kind of health or the kind of feelings that the community is going to feel is very high. It will promote our health and even add more health in the area because of the evacuation of the refugee dams.
Municipal Chief Executive of Yendi, Issa Zakaria, tells Joynews that the collection of the refuse and the construction of new public toilets is towards reducing open defecation. He said apart from clearing the refuse dump site, residents will be engaged in communal cleanup exercises in the municipality, while residents will also be supported to put up their own private toilets in their houses. Hashmin Mohammed's report.
Normally, people would expect to get up and start walking again after slipping and falling. However, this is not the case for 13-year-old Senanu Glago. This little boy, after just simply slipping and falling some months ago, has been fighting for his life since. Our Volta regional correspondent, Komlado, has filed this report.
Doctors at this medical facility say Senanu has been hospitalized here and has been bedridden for several weeks, resulting in bed sores with paralysis staring him in the face. His condition, however, cannot be immediately pronounced by the doctors unless he sees a neurologist at the biggest medical facility. Senanu, unfortunately, is suffering at the Aflao District Hospital because there is no money to pay for his medical treatment and there is no money to feed him. First sight of Senanu is not only heart-sinking but also frightening. He is hungry and has grown lean and looks frail. His violent breathing shakes his frail body and vibrates his ribs as he gazes at our cameras helplessly. His eyes, though, twinkling with hope of recovery, even though there is a delay. On the other side, while his education is also set aside for the time being, it is unfortunate that this little boy, after being kept here for several weeks, still does not know his fate. He has no option but to continue to fight for his life. One day, I was just gathering clothes from the drying line. When I was packing the clothes to the room, I slipped and fell, after which I realized I was pierced by a metal. Then I was taken to the room, then later to the hospital. After another hospital, I ended here. Now I can't walk. I feel very weak and paralyzed. Help me, please. Unfortunately, Senanu has to go through this difficult situation because his father is unemployed and broke. His mother died not long ago. Senanu is being supported by his auntie and elder brother, who can offer nothing but mere physical presence at his bedside. All we want is some help. Senanu's auntie, the Aflao District Hospital doesn't have the capacity to deal with Senanu's situation. So the question I posed to the clinical coordinator is why is he still being kept here? Dr. Fidelis Atia, but all hope is not lost for the poor boy. A good Samaritan, Yvonne, has come to the aid of Senanu by paying some of his bills and giving him food from time to time. He is still counting on the general public to assist him get better and continue his education. Members of the public can send in their contributions to Joynews on Multi TV at Kokomlemle in Accra.
Very, very heartbreaking story there of 13-year-old Senanu Glago. On that sad note, we'll take a break and we'll be right back to continue the news with business. To the business segment, government is to extend the local content policy to the power subsector to encourage more local participation and ensure that Ghanaians participate in power generation, construction works and allied services. Minister of Energy and Petroleum, Mr. Ama Kofi Boah, said the move is to encourage transfer of skills and prevent capital flight. Mr. Kofi Boah said at an end-of-year meeting with journalists that the policy drafting consultations were already taking place, with the caravan visiting regions to take inputs, as was the case of the local content and local participation policy in the petroleum sector. And Italian car maker Fiat says it has signed an agreement to buy the remaining 41.46% stake it does not own in its U.S. unit, Chrysler, from the Weber Trust. In a statement, Fiat said Weber, Voluntary Employee Beneficiary Association, will receive an overall $3.65 billion for the stake. In view of the financial structure of the deal, Fiat said it would not need to make any capital increase through a rights issue. The deal is expected to close on or before January 2014. That's it for the business segment. We'll be right back with sports. And in sports, Ghana's Ebenezer Asifua is on the final three-man shortlist for CAF's Most Promising Talent Award. The former under-20 striker is the only Ghanaian representative in any of the award categories at the 2013 Glow CAF Awards slated for January 9 in Nigeria. Asifua, who plays for Swiss side Sion, faces competition from Saleh Gomar of Egypt and Nigeria's Kelechi Iheanacho. The Ghana international won the Golden Boot Trophy at the 2013 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Turkey and helped Ghana place third after scoring 6 goals in 7 matches. Well, before showbiz, let's take one other important story. As part of efforts to reach out and put smiles on the faces of the underprivileged during the festive season, Maranatha Power Ministries International has held an end-of-year party for the aged and physically challenged.
Over the years, the church has been organizing Christmas parties for the physically challenged and the aged. 400 people were fed with assorted food and drinks. Head pastor of the church, Bishop Afote Odai, called on other corporate bodies and individuals to support the aged and the underprivileged in societies.
We have over 300 senior citizens here and physically challenged, excluding the children, and thank God.
The church also presented to them bags of rice and fowls.
Now, the police is your friend is a common slogan found on billboards to foster cordial relations between the security institutions and the public. However, in order to help detect crime in neighborhoods and make them safer, the community policing unit was also established. Joynews has been finding out what the community policing concept is really all about.
Community policing, where officers interact with residents to determine possible crime-prone areas in their vicinity, started in 2001 under the Public Relations section of the Ghana Police Service. However, in 2006, a unit was specially dedicated to community policing when the administration realized the concept was an important way to fight crime in neighborhoods with the help of residents.
We discuss with them the type of crime, the type of problems that they have in their community, and together with them, we help solve it. For instance, if there's a community where there are robbers and where there are weedy areas, where there are miscreants, we will get those information from the members of the community, and out of that, we can recommend situations and things like lighting the area. We also do patrolling in the community. And for instance, these days you've seen a lot of police being visible in the community. You see police everywhere, and the mere presence of police is a deterrent. And making people or the police accessible also reassures the community.
Neighborhood watch groups, which consist of members of the communities who are the eyes and ears of the police in their various vicinities, were formed. According to the police, members of the watch committees go through screening prior to their acceptance into the groups.
They identify the people themselves within the community. They know them. They bring them to us. We train them. We vet them in terms of fingerprinting so that we don't encourage, excuse me to say, criminals to be part of the neighborhood watch.
The chief superintendent says the watch committees are active in cities, and in the Greater Accra region, there are about 17 such neighborhood watch groups. Regional Secretary of the Association of Neighborhood Watch Committees, Carl Abibio, explains the work of the groups.
We assist the police in the maintenance of law and order, in the prevention and detection of crime. We belong to the Kaneshi division of the Neighborhood Watch Committees, and we collaborate with the Kaneshi market and all other communities in the area. So we've got various communities like Fadama, like Joynews, like Kwashibu. All of them fall under the Kaneshi division. The community policing concept is proactive. We always want to make sure that the crime is prevented before it is committed.
The watch groups, which originally numbered 52 in the region, have drastically reduced to the current 17 due to resource constraints such as whistles, boots, and torchlights. Nevertheless, the community policing unit says the groups have been helpful in fighting neighborhood crimes.
Neighborhood Watch Committee is a very positive concept. For instance, in Nima used to be a place that in those days banks were even not very visible there. But throughout the concept and the use of the Neighborhood Watch, now we have banks in Nima, and now we have businesses and crime in Nima. You agree with me that it's reduced. They do patrol, and they also at times help us arrest the people, and they have the citizen power of arrest. After the arrest, they are supposed to hand them over to the police for proper investigation.
The unit has described this collaboration as taking the police to the doorstep of citizens, who are also encouraged to be forthcoming with useful information that can help fight crime. Aside working closely with residents, the unit has been educating various groups, from students, market women to commercial drivers, on useful safety tips to enable.
So I was a little busy. I just closed from the shop and I said, let me have fun. You know, have a bottle of Guinness and go and relax. Yeah, that's what we always do, because God listens to everybody's prayer. No matter, it doesn't mean when you pray in 31st alone that God will listen to you. God can listen to you even tomorrow morning when you pray. So it's a normal thing. And today people go to church because it is 31st. They are afraid Jesus will come. So they just go to church and pray and do a lot of things. But I believe if you talk to God anytime, He will listen. My name is J.K. Techi, but they call me Kobe. Thanks to you too, and you're welcome. Happy New Year.
It's a new thing, like you experienced 2014. It's something that probably you just like, are you the only one on this planet? And God just preserved your life and you're just saying this here. So it's a good thing. So just like chilling out with my friends and just like, all right. Actually, I'm all the way from Nigeria. I just came down here December period, just spent some time in Ghana for the first time. Yeah, I actually did. Yeah. Okay, the pastor was actually like you making a resolution with God, and then you tell God what you want to do, what you want Him to do for you, and what you want to do for God. So that probably you have a very, very splendid 2014. It's not really an easy road. Like a lot of things that actually happened in 2013. And you sitting down here 2014 is just like, you just have to say, God, it's your grace.
And that's it for Showbiz. And this is how we end the news at 8. But before I take leave of you, a recap of our major headlines. Again, people of Badu in the Brong-Ahafo region live in fear following the gruesome murder of a police officer at the police station there. And Christians across the country embrace the new year with watch night services. We brought you excerpts from Accra and other parts of the country. You also heard the very sad story of a 13-year-old who has become bedridden after a fall. Thank you very much for making time with us, and Happy New Year.